so many of us right now, a lot of us are feeling stuck at home, and maybe you can't go do those certain things that you used to go do, like see your chiropractor, come see a massage therapist like me, or an acupuncturist. And I know a lot of people out there are holding a lot of tension in their body, and a lot of it can be because of the stress that's going on in the world, or maybe you're working from home and you're just sitting funny, or you're just doing all these things that you're not used to. And so you might have all this tension. And so I'm here, which I'm really excited about, to put together a series of awesome videos about Gua Sha and all the different things that I can do for you, and how you can actually learn this and be able to do this at home now that you have more time maybe at home, because I can't physically work on you as a massage therapist, so I want to teach you. If you're not familiar with Gua Sha, I'm going to tell you more in a minute. But for now, I'm going to give you the basics about Gua Sha and the things that it can be good for. And if you're interested and you want to dive in deeper to know more about each one of these things that Gua Sha can be good for, feel free to subscribe, and then you can see new videos when they come out that are going to be more in depth. So Gua Sha is an ancient technique traditionally, but it's also used for physical therapists will use it, acupuncturists will use it, massage therapists like myself will use it. And what it's going to be mainly good for is bringing in a ton of blood flow. In fact, 1 minute of Gua Sha is equivalent between 10 to 20 minutes of deep tissue. So it's going to help a ton of blood flow. And then number 2, it actually helps break down adhesions in your fascia. And it's going to help with range of motion and pain and so many other great things. Fascia is really interesting, and it hasn't really been studied. Hasn't really had a lot of attention and understanding until the last 10 years. But fascia is primarily made up of collagen and elastin fibers, which we'll get into more for the whole beauty aspect and why that can be really helpful when working your fascia, helping with your collagen and your elastin. But what happens is all of your tendons and ligaments are made up of fascia, and then the wrapper around the muscle belly is made up of fascia. And this fascia, like I said, is made up primarily of collagen fibers, elastin fibers, and whenever you have an injury, or maybe it's repetitive motion, like you are a cashier at a cash register and you're doing the same repetitive motion, or maybe you had shoulder surgery, so it could be a surgery, it could be an injury, it could be repetitive motion. But your body is trying to be helpful, especially in that fascia layer. And wherever there's that stress, it actually lays down more of these fibers in a clumping way. And initially, especially in that acute stage, it is helpful because it's going to help protect. And over time, though, when you have too much of that clumpy fibers called an adhesion, that's when you're going to get not as much blood flow to the area. You're not going to get as much range of motion, and you'll end up getting pain and stagnation. And so this is the Gua Sha tool that I really like, and I can talk to you more about other tools that are awesome too, but this is my favorite one. And what we're going to do is we're going to have lots of oil. That's really important because we don't want to be scraping the skin. And we're going to glide over, let's say I had something going on here. So we're going to glide over, and wherever you have this clumpy adhesion, it actually catches it essentially because it's a little bit more higher up or elevated. And it stimulates an inflammatory response that says, hey body, come here and help repair. So all of these cells called fibroblasts come in, and they actually help break up that old fascia, the old adhesion, the old collagen and elastin fibers, and stimulate healthy new fibers. That way your fascia and your muscle underneath can function better, have more blood flow, have more range of motion, and so much more. And by the way, I'm going to link this tool that I really like in the description below. And then I'm also going to link other tools that I like. That way you have different options for prices and different things that might feel comfortable for you. So a lot of times when I gua sha over a client, or for you, if you're gua shaing over your own self, you might see these little red speckles called petechia, and that is where you have an adhesion in the fascia. So an adhesion is just a buildup of those fascia fibers. And why it's showing up, if you do, if you're doing it and you do see those showing up, that's where the Gua Sha tool is actually catching it, because it's clumpy and it's actually breaking it down. So a really cool and easy analogy that's just, I feel like makes a lot of sense for a lot of people, is if you've had a leaf, then you put it under a piece of paper and you shade, and wherever the leaf catches with the pencil, it shows up. That's what's happening. That's what's happening in your body when you're gua shaing and you see those red speckles. So if you don't see those red speckles, that's indicating that you don't have an adhesion there and you don't really need to just keep gua shaing. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'm really excited to show you guys more videos to come. If you can, just please subscribe. That way you can see more upcoming videos. And below I posted in the links more about the types of gua sha tools that I really like, which I will do a future video on soon, as well as my favorite oil to use for gua sha, and I will share that with you guys below. Thank you, and stay well.